Good day, love. Much love to you and yours, Joe. Today I'm going to be talking about tools for the matrix. I'm going through a lot of stress and stuff. And so the other day I made a video on how they change your frequency with all the COINTEL and the gang stalking stuff that they do. And today I'm going to share how I counteract some of that stuff. And one of those ways is the same way that they can disturb our peace with their frequencies, to change our frequencies with COINTEL, with making us unsure of ourselves, with the disruptions of your software. When you go to get on the internet, they might just pull your Wi-Fi away from you and you have problems getting on, your files disappearing. There's a number of things that can happen. The street performance. So I went through this whole thing that was about frequency and the gang stalking update that I posted on my YouTube for Regina's Rabbit Hole, Siren Buddha Medicine. So today I'm sharing with you frequency, but the other spectrum of the pole. So I'm going to share with you some of the stuff that I do to change my frequency. One of the things that I use is to fight power with power. And one of the things they do is one of the things I mentioned was the electronics inside the house. So one of my tools for the electronics inside the house is the tones and frequencies. Good day, beloved. Muhammad and Joe, much love to you and yours, Erica. I'm glad you could join me. So we're talking about how to change your frequency, and this is a tool that I use. Going to be sharing with you. Okay. Meditation music. So when I hear the smart meter buzzing, and I hear the refrigerator humming, or some other strange sound that I can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but these frequencies, they're admitting, they penetrate right through like your body, and I noticed how I started getting very, very angry. Okay. In addition to the voice to skull technology and the noise that they put, the white noise, the static that they put in there. Actually, is it brown noise or white noise? Brown noise is, okay, like people and things moving in the background, like cars and stuff like that. And white noise is like, it's the noise, the static, it's frequencies and stuff like that. Things that you can't quite comprehend in the background. So I'll go to YouTube. This is one. Left is right and right is left. So one tool is to use frequency, fight frequency with frequency. Actually, those are the tools. I'm just showing you the different ways to do that. This is another one. Someone did the rainforest, which I love. You can listen to this thing for like hours. Some of these run for like 9 hours for the duration of your sleep, or even longer. People who are mindful of the same thing, so they'll have this playing in the background, and it's also really cool visuals as the forest canopy changes and you can see the top of the trees and the, I don't know if you can see that. There's the mist, you can see. Isn't that lovely? This is one of my favorites. Okay, so I'll just put that in the background. What? And it gets on some people's nerves because it's not their thing. But usually those are people who like their funky vibration. Okay. Another thing that I use as a tool to raise my frequency, which is very important for me to stay connected, to remember who I am. And remember, this is mind control. So you're talking about these Nazi paperclip dudes over here doing their worst. And so they can really do some damage on the psyche and in regards to changing our frequency. So another thing I do is make my own jewelry. And they're meaningful things. You know what I'm saying? They all mean something. I make things that remind me of who I am. Here's some roses. Roses are a part of one of my meditations that I was taught online by this guy called Dan Winters. When he does the flower of life stuff and the heart coherence. He does a lot of the ancient alternative earth history and stuff with the Anunnakis and things like that that I quite enjoyed. So this is about frequency. Okay, I wove this and then I put my little roses on it, and I can find myself like when you forget something and they tell you to put the rubber band on your arm and snap it. That is a technique that they gave. Good day, beloved, Frederick and Daryl. I'm glad you could join me. So I don't know if you got the gist of this yet, but we're sharing some tools for ascension and tools to combat people messing with your frequency and your vibration. So I'm sharing some of the things that I use. So I make my jewelry. This here is a copper bracelet. Copper is very good to help clear away negative frequencies, help you stay balanced. On this is something that I found, a symbol that I found significant to me. That's pretty banged up because I've had it for over a year. But this copper band right here, it goes a long way. I can take it and wear it as a choker. I don't know if you can see, but I put a little turtle on it. And later on in my ascension process, I learned the significance of this turtle corresponding with Turtle Island. What? Look it up. Turtle Island. What is Turtle Island? But we're not going to go into that right now. But my tools are to remind me of who I am and my journey, okay, to keep me grounded and centered. And they emit a spiritual frequency to remind me of who I am, in the same way that when you put on their gear and they be putting their labels in your stuff and they do their little magic, they do their witchcraft, they do their okay, synchronicity, but they activate their demons and their dark arts on their behalf against you, to know who you are, because that is one of the keys that demonic presences or unhealthy presences use. Hey sis, my real sister is here. Hi Angelica. One of the things that they use, hey Zach, is us not knowing ourselves. And that's why it's so, to be off center with self, it's so important for them to keep us off center. And if there's so many other voices around us and voices in our head, many times we can get lost and be infiltrated a lot easier. So just like they put labels on and stuff and tag everything, like peeing, like dogs peeing on trees, you know, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Levi's and, you know, all these labels. Brands is a really cool movie, okay, that I was turned on to when I was studying with the resistance. They've changed their name to, anyway, Realm Dynamics and Secret Energy. an astral. Anyway, you can find them from there. Changing my frequency has to do with remembering who I am. So that's what I do. Also, these are hematite, okay, which are really good for grounding. And they do stuff to disrupt your thinking process. So this is a bell. I don't know if you heard. Okay, this bell actually helps me because bells are really good to help change your frequency. And just like they use rattles and things like that to ward off, one of the things that shaman and spiritual healers do is use things that rattle and bells and things like that. Why do you think they have bells on the church and bells in the church? It's to keep away and ward off negative frequencies. So one of the things that I do sometimes is just take a nice deep breath and like really get it in there so that I can hear that ping in my ear. See this one, because of it's the style of this bell, you really have to hit it a certain way for it to get that. And they all have this certain jingle. Yeah, that. Okay, and that goes right through your water and helps change your frequency because of the pitch. Frequency. So now these other things are going on, but there are certain things your body can't resist, like this is one of the keys. This is for grown-ups, right? So while they're trying to kill your butt and get you to commit suicide, in the same way that a rape victim sometimes has an orgasm, because your body is going to respond to stuff, it's that deep frequency, okay? And the response your body has to certain things that are happening to you. And so we have a lot of trauma and negative energy around us. You can counteract that counterproduction with frequencies. One of the things I like to use is bells. Now, if you notice this bell, I like to embed, it has flowers on it, and a little very feminine, symbolic of bells because we emanate, right? You can change the frequency of a room just by walking in it. I don't want to walk into a room. I dread having a bad day and having to walk into a crowded room because I know that I'm going to, there's going to be a response. And I'm empathic, so I like to be responsible for my energy. And when my energy gets discombobulated, I feel responsible for my energy. Even if it is someone else messing with me, I like to have control of my feelings and emotions. And so I love these tools. This bell I really like. It's silver. Yeah, I really like that sound. And I don't know if it feels good to you, but it just feels good to me. And usually agitates people who want to keep their fucking information. I would just be in a room taking my bell, and so it really got agitated to those other spirit. Can you please stop? I like that. Okay. Now, in order to get this information, all they seem like simple tools. I had to learn. And in order to learn what crystals were good for me, what stones were good for me, how to weave this little copper bracelet, what copper would be good for weaving with, right? I had to learn. And when we learn, we break patterns. And one of the problems is that we have decided, many of us, to accept the matrix suggestion that we should stay compartmentalized. And by doing this, we damage ourselves because we don't have the information, but there's a difference between just a whole bunch of information and information that has practical application, like the bells. You can get these bells from me to help you with your frequency, and many times they really have given me a little smile, and just walk in and I'll be feeling something, and then I'll hear the little tingle, and it helps keep that frequency with me, to help me remember that I want to stay on this frequency, and that I am admitting my own as a embedded kind of memory, an embedded kind of mental note. Who you are, woven into the matrix fabric, things. What is symbolic to you? This is symbolic to me. If it's also symbolic to you, then I do have earrings. I have earrings. I'm putting a little ring in your ear right now, a little buzz in your ear. There are different kinds of bells. I will send them to you for $5. Email me, inbox me with your address and I got a, what do you call this thing? Cash app. Yeah, 693A. If you know how to send money to the Cash app, it's 639A. That's my Cash app thing. And if you send that to me, or PayPal me much love, or you can use, I don't know how to do it, but you can PayPal somebody by using their email. And my email is ginabrat@gmail.com. You can use that, or PayPal me much love. They'll still get there for these little earrings. Inbox me. Also, and I think everybody's inbox, no, don't do that, because I sent somebody money before for something they had that I wanted and they didn't get it. So, but you're supposed to be able to send people money through their inbox and be able to use the PayPal, but there's a way to claim it, but stuff be getting lost. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to use this Cash app thing that they have, and I want to know if it works. All right, these are the other bells, the other types. I spend my finances and my time, my currency, my time and my finances on information, on craft supplies, so that I can make useful tools. Okay, I crochet things, and I buy yarn, so it goes to software to be able to edit and utilize my videos. It goes to replacing laptops that they destroy, and in between all that, I really do use the tools and the things that I make. I actually wear them. Now, learning is one of the things that enable us to have new tools to be able to combat this stuff. Like, if I didn't learn, I wouldn't have known what they were actually doing to me, because a lot of stuff that they do to you actually kind of fits into the backdrop of what's already happening to people within their own cultural dynamic, So the gaslighting was, without knowing self, was hard to detect. Yeah, I like Dan Winters too. I want to respond to that you said, Erica, but I'm gotta stay over here for a second. Where was I? Yeah, when you're thinking, we need to study in order to get the tools to be able to combat what they're doing. And if I hadn't studied COINTEL and Pro and gang stalking and some of the stuff that they have been doing, they've been being naughty while they're telling us to be good. If I hadn't poked my nose where they said it didn't belong at, I wouldn't know what I know now to be able to combat some of the things that they're doing. And when we learn, Dan Winters taught this thing about the patterns in the brain, and he has these graphics and stuff that are really cool. And I like the movement, and to study the movement, as you know, I do my Qigong, and I spin this pole, and I deal with Qi energy, the Kundalini. And that's another tool that I do, which you could pick up a martial arts or some kind of meditation. I started out very simply with yoga. It worked very well for me. I still do yoga. As a basis, getting on the floor is totally different than doing exercises and stuff out here, but that's a frequency change, but a different type. Now, on what you said, Erica, about the different kinds of heat sources, one of the things that I've been studying that gave me an aha moment that connects to Dan Winters' pictures of the aha is very important. This aha is what happens when we conceive something, when we mingle with information, when the not knowing finds the knowing, and the light comes on, and we're like, aha. And that's the point of knowing, okay? That is a light code frequency that is fuel, right? Is currency, and currency is synonymous with heat. And so although, Erica, that's a different kind of heat source, in our psyche, it's still gonna break down within our being as a similar correspondence. And this is what I learned from studying with, is it Bill Snyder? Something. I hope I didn't murder his name or say it wrong or anything like that. But there's this dude who does mind control. He does healing, martial arts, and hypnosis and stuff like that, which is all part of the same, similar, not the martial arts part, but a part of a similar animal is just realizing your psyche and your mind, okay? This guy had a real aha moment, and he's sharing it with people, and he's got a lot of really cool methods that he uses. And I'm so glad that he shared his information, because his methods for hypnosis and mind control are synonymous with some of the things that they're doing to disrupt your patterns with COINTEL and Pro and gang stalking within society. You might want to check him out. I think when I snap this video over to my YouTube channel, Regina's Rabbit Hole, Siren Buddha Medicine, I will put a link in there of this guy so that you can check him out for yourself, see how you like him. So that was his mental note about the heat, Erica. All right. In our minds, in our psyches, heat breaks down the heat, and that's why warmth breaks down the warmth. And that's why when you watch his videos, he asks you to grab a cup of warm tea or Joe or whatever it is that you like, because that heat will make you feel warm and fuzzy, synonymous with him. And that's a part of mind controlling yourself, programming self is a tool. So I'm programming myself by deliberately counteracting something that I should legitimately, according to the Matrix, allow myself to be pissed about indefinitely, right? But how's that going to help me? Because I can't learn anything when I'm really, 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 really pissed off, except for how to try to avoid whatever it is that I'm pissed off about. And that's really not too much of a solution. So back to Dan Winters and this ha. What we're going to do is use another tool And I would like us to do this together, okay? I want you to think in your mind, aha. Not aha, don't do the ha. Just think, and I dare you to not feel good. Just think in your mind, ah. And in the same way, heat is synonymous with that good feeling inside, that conceptualizing, that part where we first meet somebody and it's like, ah, not before we get, aha, I know you know. Not that part. When we figure it out and it loses its magic. But we're staying with the ah. But don't say it. Don't say it yet. Just think it. Just think it. Show you how powerful frequency is. Just think those words. Think that frequency. Just think ah, A-H, ah, just, but don't say it. And take a deep breath with the ah, just let it like, and say it different ways in your mind, like cheerful. Ah, ah, okay? Now you could go ahead when you're feeling it already from your inside voice. Now I want you to say it. Ah, 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 ah. I'm just going to think it. Okay? It'll change your frequency in the same way because it's the way our mind works. It's just synonymous. Another tool, remember, I'm also your laughter facilitator. Also, sometimes things aren't very funny. Is to use the word ha. Okay? Now we're going to do the ha. By choice. They chose to mess with your frequency, and you're going to choose to fix it. Ha! 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 Is my power. Ha! Aha! Aha! Is a choice. Take back your power. They chose to mess with your power. And aha! Ah, you can choose to take back your power. I love your company too. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself like I usually do. It's not very fun. Well, sometimes it is. No, let me stop lying. Talking to myself is a lot of fun. I do it a lot and I get caught and then I feel a little out of sorts, but it's okay because talking to yourself is one way to get to know yourself. That's the truth. You might want to decide to talk to yourself too. And you might find yourself giving yourself answers, but that is supposed to happen. On the contrary to what they say. You are supposed to give yourself answers. Okay? Otherwise, why ask the freaking questions, right? What are you doing? Now that's insane. Okay? So, humor, okay, is another way to change your frequency. Music, in the same way that you can find your own frequency, play with yourself, enjoy yourself, love yourself. These are grown-up toys, okay? This is the part that has been deferred by way of television, and the other programs, yeah, that teach us to molest ourselves in ways that are counterproductive. If you diddle yourself, you should end up with a tune. You know what I'm saying? It's something to share with somebody. It shouldn't just go nowhere. Also, when you study with Montechia, the Kundalini energy, or with Dan Winters, when he's also studied the Kundalini, you learn not to waste your life force energy, that it's your power, and it helps you to center yourself. And when we just splash, 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 and all over the place, that's where it is. That's where we end up, all over the place. Because energy never dies, it only transfers. And so that's an aha moment to conceptualize, to be able to gather ourselves, right? And take back what they've stolen, which is our ability to reason. I'm a light worker. I like to work with light. I like to eradicate the darkness within myself. Because if I eradicate, the more I do that within myself, the more I emulate a different frequency when I get around others. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm changing the matrix by changing myself. I could share that with you, but I can't make you do it. So I change my tune. I choose to make a choice. Just like I chose to make certain oaths that I wasn't sure about. I choose to do this end of the spectrum. Sometimes we're not sure what these tools will do, or what the heck are you doing? Why are you laughing and choosing to go ah or aha when something just affected you so negatively? Because what are you going to do about it? When you realize frequency correspondence, right? The universal laws and principles, then you want people on your team that are not going to let all that stuff affect them to that degree. I got a lot of stuff coming at me. If you think that I haven't moved, you're wrong. You know, I had a lot of foots on my neck. It's to change your frequency. Sometimes you can't change your environment, and there's a lot of things going on, but we can always make the choice to change our frequency. And if you change your frequency, and that was the whole reason why they tried to get at you to begin with, remember, then they have to take it back. The energy never dies, it only transforms. And if you're not the one they're looking for, which is a sucker that wants to just eat up all their crap, then they got to take it back. It's got to go somewhere. We can change our tune. What? I'm not in the backyard. I'm at my garage band, y'all. Hey, do you know that Black people used to have to laugh inside of a bucket? Because the very smile on their face would intimidate those that were trying to take their lands and their hearts and their minds. So when I think of that, my right to smile, to shine. And I know how much that eats at those that are trying to take that away. What? What? I got the power, y'all. Very simple little things. Sharing with you, talk therapy. It's raining, so I can't get in the backyard. But I can get with my garage band. This one is called Toy Box. It's really cute. It's hard to mess it up. We could try though. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that I'm a space for higher frequency and that my ancestors live inside of me. And I want them to have a good place to be. You know what I'm saying? That's not theirs to take away, although they do try. I love you. I love you. You are me. I am you too. Uh-huh. They don't want you to know. They want you to be out of control. World star! They won't cut you off if you're... Got to figure out where does that fight belong, huh? Learning means so much, you know. It just means so much. And I really like sharing what I learn with you. Hey, guess what, y'all? I misplaced my crystal. I can't find it. I don't know what happened. But over a year ago, I made a video on how my glasses just kind of disappeared. Guess what? I misplaced my crystal. It just disappeared, or it just disappeared. But I mysteriously found my glasses where I've always been looking. But I won't let it get to me. So now you'll probably see my glasses a little bit more often because I found them. Aha! So you can make your own music. Just play with yourself. You can do it when nobody's looking. I'm used to this stuff. I'm gonna make a fool out of myself for you. To show you the tools so you can use them yourself. I dare you to be upset doing this crazy stuff. When you're home alone, just find a spot. Can you hear my earrings? She's a bell, y'all. Not Jezebel. just a bell. Okay. That was good. So, this was about tools to change your frequency. The other day, I made a video on how gang stalking and COINTEL, you know, how that can change your frequency, but it wasn't for the better. So this one today was to share how to change your frequency for the better. Good day. Much love. Yeah, it's cool to know that I have a choice. It's so simple. Now, I'm not saying that we're not initially going to get upset and respond like somebody living. You know what I'm saying? That somebody is not disconnected from their feelings and emotions. Somebody who doesn't realize that they're connected to everything else around them, whether they want to know it or not. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You know, it is what it is, and things are going to be what they are. And just because we decide to be ignorant and we don't know what they are, doesn't mean that they ain't going to be. You know what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. This is Regina's Rabbit Hole, Siren Buddha Medicine. Much love to you and yours. Changing our frequency. And thank you for watching with me, family. Come see me on the YouTube at Regina's Rabbit Hole, Siren Buddha Medicine. Like, subscribe, and share. Donate at the WhatsApp 639A. 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 WhatsApp. What's up? Or you can PayPal me. Much love. Or you can PayPal me at ginabrat@gmail.com. Yeah. Okay.